And in the last few days, the Congress, in a series of briefings while speaking about India's successful surgical strikes, raised the issue of political ownership and claimed that the UPA too had carried out surgical strikes but never made any noise about it. The media cell chief of the party, Randeep Surjewala, listed the dates as the 1st of September 2011, the 28th of July 2013 and the 14th of January 2014. But the man who was at the helm of military operations between 2012 and 2014 has refuted these claims. While speaking to Times Now, the former DGMO, Lieutenant General Vinod Bhatia, has called it a first-of-its-kind surgical strike on Pak terrorists and added that while the army had always been prepared for such strikes in the past, it had never been executed in the manner the recent one was.
First one-of-its-kind surgical strike against Pakistan terrorists. We did one last year also on the 9th of June in Myanmar. Surgical strikes are really special, and this one is very, very special as it has synergized all elements of national power, be it the diplomatic domain, economic domain, informational domain, that is the media. Media has played a very major role, also the political and the cultural domain, and of course the military domain for the first time. And we have carried out these strikes, if you see, showing a strategic restraint in that we have not gone all out, and we have also shown a strategic resolve in that we have carried out a strike across about 300 odd kilometers starting from Bimber, going right up to both sides, either side of Pir Panjal, Bimber, Tatapani, that's Hot Springs, Lipa Valley, Kale. So we struck terror camps out there, and look at the targets we've chosen. Excellent targets. These are the launch pads, and these strikes, surgical strikes, are both punitive in nature and preemptive in nature. Punitive in the sense that they are carried out after the Uri attack where 21 soldiers were martyred, and preemptive in the sense that they were holding the terrorists in the terrorist launch pads where they're just waiting to infiltrate into our side of the line of control and cause greater havoc, more havoc, and just on the onset of winters and also the festive season.
General Bhatia, in an operational sense, in a militaristic sense, how is a surgical strike different from a normal operation that could be, well, very close to the line of control, or even maybe a few meters inside on the side of the line of control, in terms of the requirement of logistics, in terms of planning, in terms of the people involved, in terms of weaponry?
You see, surgical strikes are in a different domain altogether. These are very deliberate, delicate operations, and these operations are planned at the highest levels, executed with a great amount of detail. And anything going wrong in an operation like a surgical strike can cause a national embarrassment. And these are very synchronized. They have to go off like clockwork. Absolutely, there's no scope for error, because error would lead to embarrassment. And in this case, the special forces of the parachute regiment have done absolutely a professional task as always. They have inserted, they have executed, and they extricated. And with no losses whatsoever, no costs whatsoever. So these are different. When you talk of cross-border, cross-LC operations, these are different. These are carried out at local level. Local level, I mean, could be a tactical level, even at the div level. These are being carried out when I was there or other commanders were there. We did carry it out because these are required to do a particular task which we are mandated to do. And these are done. So these are different from normal cross-border, cross-LC operations which are done as a pursuit of scores in counter-infiltration mode or when ceasefire violations do take place and as a response to the ceasefire violations. These are surgical strikes and orchestrated at the highest levels and executed with a great amount of detail and with a great amount of deliberation and of course professionally.
So when DGMO and certainly before that DGMO, was any such surgical strike ever planned and executed?
Negative, these are not executed. What I said was these are cross-border, cross-LC operations which are carried out at a local level and not operational surgical strike which are carried out, which have which are a different domain altogether, which have national ramifications at the national level, international level also.
You said they were not carried out. but were they ever planned during your time as DG Infantry and DGMO?
No. You see, let's not have plans. There are plans. The army is prepared for all contingencies, always, every day, every minute. So the operational preparedness, operational readiness are different aspects altogether, and plans are different than execution. Let's not go into the details of plans, please.
So you say that to that extent, this cross-border operation vis-a-vis Pakistan is actually unique. It has never ever happened before.
Yes, this time they have tested our strategic patience a bit too much. The red lines have been crossed, the Lakshman Rekha crossed, and they have paid for it. We raised the bar. We made them pay for it, and we raised the cost of the proxy war which Pakistan has carried out as state policy for the last 26 years. But by these operations, by the surgical strikes, if we believe and think that the state policy of terrorism in our country or proxy war by Pakistan is going to change, it is not going to change. However, the costs have been raised, and we should be well prepared for any terror attacks on our side, which we are always suffering with impunity for many years now.